Hello, this is Michael Kipnis. I'm known in the industry as the Wizard. I'm taping this a couple weeks before the opening of the Saratoga meeting from my home in Connecticut. I'll be heading up to Saratoga for the entire meet the Monday before the Thursday opening. And I've decided that this year I am going to produce my own show. I feel that the shows that are available specifically for the Saratoga meet are not very good. And after being in the business professionally since 1986 and playing horses since I was in diapers back in the late 50s and early 60s and up till the present time, I feel I have enough ideas to produce a show and bring to you some valuable information. It's a different type of show. Something I think you'll be captivated, it'll keep your attention for the time that I'll be producing it. And I'll be doing it with my very close friend Tom Amello, who will be my co-host. And the show will be filmed in a house, the backyard, at a gazebo on Union Avenue. So a very good spot. And the format of the show is pretty creative, pretty interesting. It's 4 segments. And the first 2 segments actually are honoring a couple people that I respect in the game. One is not working at NYRA right now. One is an announcer. So the first segment of the show is called, well, the name of the show is Get Tied On. And get tied on is a phrase used by the former starter at NYRA, Bobby Duncan, who was the starter for many years. And when the horses were in the gate, he would shout out, "Get tied on." And the horses, the jockeys would, increase their hold on the reins, and then the gates would spring open. So the name of our show is Get Tied On. So the 4 segments, it starts with segment 1, which is an away they go. And away they go is a catchphrase that has been performed by the great Trevor Denman. He calls the races at Del Mar now. That's the only time he works on the Southern California circuit. But that catchphrase, "and the way they go," is something that I've admired and will be the first segment of our show. Now, the first segment will be about 15 minutes long, and I will recap important factors, important notes from the prior week of racing. Obviously, the first week we do this show, I will talk about Saratoga, some handicapping insights in what I look for and what Tom Amello looks for to help you in your handicapping going forward. There are certain angles that exist year in and year out that are successful. We'll bring that to your attention. But as the weeks go by, I want to be able to talk to you about such things as track profile. Has there been any biases on the track during the racing week? Horses that I might have spotted to keep your eye on going forward. They may have suffered a bad trip, a bad rail, anything that I see that could account for a potential wager in the right spot the next time they run. I may talk about a stakes race that was run and horses that I think may have been compromised by pace or bias. Any handicapping lesson that could yield a possible wager in the future. I'm a betting man, so I'm always looking at these races and handicapping races with the idea of a possible wager down the road. That's how my thinking always is when I attack these races. I'll talk about hot trainers, cold trainers, shippers, anything that'll help you in future handicapping. So that's segment 1, which is And Away They Go. Segment 2 is At the Quarter Pole, and that is basically, if you're looking at the way track is configured, And Away They Go is the starting gate, the quarter pole's around the turn. That's going to be an education segment where we're going to talk about how to attack certain types of wagers, or how I attack them. Pick 4s, pick 3s, trifectas, superfectas, where a win bet should be in play, win in place, exactas, any type of play. I'm going to address a play every week and talk to you about how I would structure a wager based on the makeup of the race. I think it's very important. Handicapping is very important, obviously, but how to bet the race is even more important. You can be a really good handicapper and drop the ball at the windows. And I have been betting for many, many years. I've gotten better as time has gone on. I still make mistakes, but I try to learn from them. I make less mistakes, being as experienced as I am over the years in wagering the amount of money that I do. The third segment is my favorite segment, and it's called Down the Stretch. And Down the Stretch is going to feature an interview every week with a different personality. Now, I don't want the obvious people. Like, I'm not interested in the big name trainers, with the exception of one trainer who is a friend of mine who, if he comes in, he's going to come in for the sales, and that would be Bob Baffert. But other than Bob Baffert, the couple trainers that I'm going to have on are very good horsemen that are low profile, that you don't really get a chance to see them being interviewed. And these interviews are going to be for about 30 minutes. And I already have lined up, I don't have the exact weeks yet when they'll be on, but I have Kerry Breon will be an interview. She won an Eclipse Award in her first year. She won 3 Grade 1s at Saratoga over the jumps. She's a former assistant trainer to the great Jonathan Shepard, Hall of Fame trainer. Kerry Breon is now adapting and going to run flat horses. She's run flat horses, but she has better stock now. She is coming to Saratoga with this stock and her jumpers. Very interesting interview. I have a low profile, but a trainer I greatly respect. One that many people won't know that much about, but his name is David Duggan. And I like him because he's from Irish heritage. He's been successful in New York. He's under the radar. That's the type of horseman that I want. I have PJ Campo coming on, who is Castellano's agent, as well as Eric Kensell. What I like about PJ Campo is that he was a racing secretary prior to being racing secretary at NYRA, before becoming an agent. And what I want to know from him, amongst other things, is how he resurrected Javier Castellano's career. This last few months, as you know, Castellano has been tearing it up. He won the Derby, he won the Belmont, he's riding in great form, he's regained his confidence. I think it's going to be an interesting interview. There are others I'm going to attempt to get. I'm looking to get Richard Dutrow. I'm looking to get some interesting, I'm not sure who they will be at this point, but somebody you would like to hear. And I want not only to know about them in their racing career and their racing exploits, but who they are as people. I want to know something about them. I want to know what they're about, what they like to do when they're not thinking about racing. I want to humanize them. I want you to like them. I want you to root for them. So that's my goal with the interviews and that segment Down the Stretch. The fourth and final segment is basically my commentary on the industry or any news that I want to bring to the forefront. As you know, I've been pretty much I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I'm not afraid to stand up for people, bettors in the industry, what I want done in the industry to improve the game. We're in a very tough situation right now. And whatever I could do to bring these issues to the forefront, talk about them, like an activist for the player, okay, for the player, for the industry. I've been around a long time and I've paid my dues, and at 65 years old and being a professional, producing the Wizard Sheet since '86, I feel I have the right and the knowledge to present my ideas on how to fix the industry. There will only be one sponsor to the show, and that's me. My website is wizardracingsports.com, and I will sponsor my own show. And I feel I want people to come to my website, not necessarily to buy product, but there's a lot of valuable information there free of charge. And you can also see how I'm also getting into sports handicapping, which I think is just part of my future, as well as obviously horse racing. I think you'll enjoy this 50-minute to an hour segment. It's going to be very different. It's a YouTube channel, which will be available obviously through YouTube, through my website. And I think you're going to get a lot of enjoyment, a lot of information. My idea is do everything to help you win, and also just bring you personalities that you will not see on a normal stage, a normal TV show. And I'm going to do it the best quality that I can. I have a graphic artist that is helping me with it. Tom Amello is a great host, and I think it's going to be a great success. I'm doing it for every week. I'll film it on a Monday or Tuesday. It'll be up on Wednesday, Thursday at the latest. And if it's successful, I'll do it 52 weeks a year. I have access to so many different great guests, different types, and I think it'll be very successful. I know Tom and I will give it our best shot, and I think you'll enjoy it. So join us for our first show, which will be right before the Saratoga meet begins. I will be there the entire meet. I'm staying 2 blocks from the racetrack, so I hit the barns a lot, especially Monday, Tuesday on the off days. And any information I get that I feel is important for the show, you will know. So once again, I'll see you for the meet, and thanks for joining in.